The contract for 486 United States long-range Himars missiles launchers, that is, the Polish Himars A program, is to be delayed and limited, according to reports from Rzeczpospolita. Signed while the Ministry of Defense was still headed by Mariusz Błaszczyk, it came into question today. Everything was all set to negotiate a good deal to buy 500 Himars launchers. Why are so many needed by the Polish army? In order to realistically deter Putin, to realistically deter an aggressor. At the Parliamentary Committee on National Defence in July, the current Deputy Head of the Defence Ministry, Paweł Zalewski, spoke about the American launchers. One struggles to get an answer to the question of whether Poland really needs 500 Himars. According to the framework agreement signed by the previous leadership of the Ministry of Defence, the Americans were to provide technical support for launches and deliveries were to start at the end of next year. The government either doesn't want to rearm the Polish army or can't find the money for it, even though, after all, the money was secured, but the budget hole is growing bigger and bigger, and Russia will not wait. According to the daily newspaper Rzeczpospolita, because of budget constraints and contracts for Korean military equipment already concluded, the real number of purchases may be much lower than planned, and the delivery schedule postponed. The current Defence Ministry authorities have argued from the beginning that they are continuing the arms contracts concluded by their predecessors. We asked another Deputy Defence Minister, Paweł Bejda, about Himars at the Kielce Trade Fair. Believe me, we want to implement all contracts successively, and please note that despite all kinds of criticism from the opposition, we are continuing. What is happening today only proves that declarations have nothing to do with actions. So theoretically, the rulers maintain these declarations, but these declarations are not followed by any action. It appears that the Defence Ministry is planning to reduce the number of launches to about a quarter of the sets ordered by the Law and Justice government. The problem is that the current leadership of the Defence Ministry, despite the invitation to negotiate by their manufacturer, the United States company Lockheed Martin, is waiting for the green light from the Finance Ministry. All this after the announcement of a record defence budget. What we are seeing at the moment, that is, a huge deficit in the budget for next year, and further cuts in defence spending, is evidence that this government simply does not know how to manage anything. Himars long-range artillery sets gain notoriety in Ukraine, attacked by Putin's Russia, where they prove their effectiveness in accurately destroying targets. Himars were supposed to be the main striking force of the Polish artillery. These are systems capable of striking the enemy at a distance of up to 300 kilometers, so the cancellation of these contracts will greatly weaken the Polish army. Our military today has 20 such systems purchased in 2019 by the Mariusz Błaszczyk-led Ministry of Defence. The General Staff's planned purchase of nearly 500 more sets was supposed to increase the defence of Poland's eastern border and NATO. Unfortunately, today's reality shows otherwise, as it was earlier with the Korean K2 tanks, of which Poland was to have a total of about 1,000. Deliveries of the first batch, only 180 machines, are underway. The lack of action by Tomczyk and Kosiniak-Kamysz is yet another stage of building not a Ministry of Defence but a Ministry of Disarmament. Let's hope that the current leadership of the Ministry of Defence will come to its senses and, as it has repeatedly promised, will continue the agreements made by its predecessors, which in the situation of the growing threat from Russia are essential for our security. Radosław Jankiewicz, TV Republika.